So I finally have my mid-year 2026 bourbons and ryes to see which ones I were able to pick up that I think are the best so far in my collection. So stick around and pour up. It's a bourbon nut. Hey, welcome back. My name is Brock and thanks for joining me where tonight is my mid-year, a little behind I think on my 2026 bottles that I'm able to obtain so far this year, or midway through the year, over mid-year at this point. And so what I've done here is I have 8 blinded up here. I started out with 16, just to give you a little backstory here a little bit. I picked out 16 that I've picked out this year or able to grab. And some of the rules are if it's a bottle that I actually released in 2026, that's obviously in play. If it's something that I've not owned a bottle of, that I've just picked up this year, for example, E.H. Taylor Barrel Proof, was able to pick up this year, earlier this year, first time I've ever owned a bottle. So it makes sense I put it in my list here of, since I've never tried it, blind it against others and see what I think. And there's a couple others that are like that where it might have been released late last year and was not able to obtain it till January, February of this year, March, or maybe last month or so. So anyway, those are kind of the criteria. There's no single barrels, store picks or anything like that. Try to keep those out of there. And really just get down to, I'll flash some pictures of how I got down to the 8 here, because I did some blinds of 8, because since I had 16, I did a blind of 8, found out what my top 4 were, and then I blinded the other 8 to get my top 4 from that, and I took the top 4 from those blinds into this one here. So what I'll do is I'll blind these and then I'll rank my top 5 for 2026 mid-year at this point that I was able to get that I think are the best ones that I've got. So anyway, let me know down below what are some of your favorite ones for 2026 so far that you've picked up in the comments below, and let me know. So otherwise, let's go ahead and get this started. I'm excited. There's a lot to go through here. I got plenty of water. So let's go ahead and get into this. I already mixed these up ahead of time with the solo blind right here. You might see some of it off camera looks like. But I went ahead and put them in there, spun them up. But since I didn't show you guys this, just because I have so many of them, I'm just gonna move these around while I'm talking to you real quick. So that way it even just make sure I don't have any thoughts that you guys might think I might just set this up, because I didn't. So I'll move these all around while I'm looking at you guys, and just make sure that it makes these up good again for you guys there as well too. But rest assured, this is fun, so I want to make sure it's blind, so no cheating or anything like that. But anyway, super excited. Let's get this going. So I will start my right to left. You'll see it left to right. I'll flash the bottle up. But again, blind, you guys won't know which 8 these are. I just showed you some pictures of how I got down to these 8, just showing you some blind tastings and things like that. But let's go ahead and get started with it. And let's see what we're working with here on the nose. All right, so on this one, smells like it's got a little bit of dark fruit to it. I'm used to smaller Glens when I'm closer to the juice. I feel a little far back. Harder to get it. Smells sweet too. Smells it's got a little bit of richness to it maybe. Yeah. Pretty nice on the nose. Just sweet, dark. Yep, like a hint of maybe fig. Yep. Let's go ahead and get this on the palate. Cheers. That's pretty good. A little bit of oak comes through on this. So there's oak presence on that. A little more fruit. Kind of like darker fruit. Like darker cherry coming through on that. Yeah, it's really nice. A little bit of sweetness. Still follows through from the palate on the front. So that follows through as well. Let me get another sip real quick. Yeah, I mean, that's enjoyable. That's nice. It's got a little bit of richness towards the back of the palate. A little bit of barrel spice, more oak, some of those tannins a little bit. Seems a little lower proof. Proof doesn't jump out at me, but really good pour. Pretty solid. Seems balanced, cohesive. I like it. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'll set these out. I'm not sure how much of the camera will catch all this, but I'll set it out like I normally do, and I'll rank them, and the further they go out, the more I like them. The further back will be less I like them, but we'll kind of see what comes into play here. So that's number one, off to a good start. Let's get into, well, before we get into glass beer later, number two, let's go ahead and get a little water here. And now let's see what we're working with on the nose. This one smells like it's got, this seems like it's got a lot going on here. Yeah, this has got some sweetness. This I get a little more like a bready note, like pastry. Some like dried fruit. A little bit of oak tannins or some kind of oak presence. Yeah. Smells like this one could be rich and dark as well too, so cheers. That one clings to the mouth. Pretty good. Viscosity is pretty good on this one. A little better than this one, I think, on the to start with at least. First time trying it. Yeah. Finish is pretty nice too, still hanging around a little bit. So yeah, I like this one a lot. Let's try again. Coats the mouth, dark fruits. This one's got fig, a little bit of breadiness coming through on the back end there, pastry-like. It's got some tannins. The oak tannins are there. I like that a lot too. So it's pretty solid. Nice finish. Nice finish. God bless. What am I trying to say? Nice finish, front to back, and the finish lingers. So yeah, I think if I had to pick, I think I might like this one a little bit better than I did glass one here. So I'll move that one slightly ahead, and we're off to glass three. Let's see what we got here. Give this a swirl here. Another touch of water real quick. All right, let's see what we're working with here. And get this one on the nose. Now, if this doesn't smell like banana nut bread or bananas Foster, then I don't know what's up. Just like sweet, creamy banana nut bread with like caramel drizzle on it or something. Really nice. It's got a layer of richness that seems like it's behind it too there, so dig in the nose. Cheers. Flavors are really good. It's not as, it's a little thinner than glass 2 here. A little thinner, but the flavors are really good. The finish doesn't last as long either as glass 2, but nose is great. Front of the palate and mid palate, really, really good. Flavors are right up my alley pretty much on this one. More sip on this one. Even though it's kind of thinner, it's got an oiliness to it, which I like too, which kind of keeps it in the running there a little bit. So that's gonna be tough. I think I like, man, I'm gonna put it neck and neck with number 2 right now. I don't know that it's better. I don't know if it's less. It's kind of like right, it's hanging right with it in my opinion, at least on the way down first time. So we'll leave it right there. So glass 2 and 3, neck and neck at this point. Glass 2, good flavors, oiliness, a little thinner, but glass 2, more full-bodied richness. There's a lot more going on layer-wise, I think, on that. And the finish is a little bit better. So kind of tough. But let's move on to glass 4 and see what we're working with here. Not doing the water this time. I'll get it next time. Let's see what we're working with here on the nose. Okay, so this one's got a little bit of like, I want to say like dusty Like a dusty sweetness. I don't know how to describe that. Like a dusty sweetness. Yeah. It's like you're in a library, but you have like eating corn pops or something. Or you smell corn pops in a library. So that kind of like dusty sweetness. Does that make sense? I don't know. But it's kind of sweet though. But it's got that dusty kind of thing going on around it. Which I don't know if that's age or if that's just a characteristic of this particular one. But I like it. Sweet. A little bit of caramel, hint of caramel in this one. Vanilla's playing in the background, but merely I just get that just overall sweetness. But I think it's more vanilla and that dustiness. But all right. Could be a little bit of that oak maybe. Let's get on the palate. Cheers. That one's oily. That one clings to the mouth. That's pretty solid. That's got a lot going on too. There's some fruit sweetness. I want to say like some cherries, maybe like some plum. And there's like some tannins, like oak tannins going on in the back end of that as well too. Pretty sweet, but it's like darker fruits, dried fruit, oak. And there's like a little bit of like a sweet like tartness, like a tartness back there on the back end. I mean, it's nice. Like I said, it's viscous, it's oily. It's definitely thicker than this one. Flavor-wise, it's pretty close. I might edge that one out flavor-wise, but this one here, this might be tough. Shit. I think we'll put this one. I might put it just behind. So I'm gonna move these up. These two that were neck and neck, kind of like in first. This one is in second, and the glass one is kind of in third or fourth, however you want to say it, right now. So, all right, so that's how I have it so far. So let's keep the party going. All right. And now let's move on to glass 5. Working with the short Asian Ore glasses here. On the nose. Like a caramel apple, like drizzled with maple syrup a little bit. I was trying to struggle to find the word, like the sweetness on it I wanted to put on it, but I like that. Yeah, I mean, caramel, apple, like fresh apple. Yeah, the caramel and vanilla are a good bit. Yeah, I like this one. Let's go ahead and get it. Cheers. Yeah, that one's sweet. Yep. Sweetness carries through from the palate to the back. A little bit of barrel spice on the back end of that one. Really good flavors. I feel like there's some changes going on from mid to back there a little bit. So it switches from that sweetness, and then it moves to that kind of like a little spice on the back end there, if that's probably the barrel spice or a little bit of oak tannin maybe, some kind of tannin maybe. But yeah, really pleasant. I think I like, let me try one more time here. This is going to get tough, and I'll have to keep widening this out. So I'll move these up more. They may be off camera at that point, but glass 2 and 3 are kind of neck and neck. Glass 4 is in second. Glass 1 is in third at this point, and now we got glass 5. If I start doing that, I'll run out of shit. So that's good. I think I'm gonna put that. I'm gonna put that right behind what is kind of like in second place. Just because glass 2 and 3 are kind of in first. I haven't really made a decision on how I want to do those yet because they're pretty close. So glass 4 is in kind of second place right now. Glass 5 would be right behind that, and still glass 1 is in last out of the ones so far. Again, not bad, but just based on going down against the others, I just prefer these other ones so far. So that's how I have it so far. So let's keep moving. Get some more water here. And see what we got here on glass 6 on the nose. All right, so this one, I get a little bit of a leather note here on this. Some dark fruits here too, so like, again, I go to like plum, maybe like a darker cherry. Maybe like a, not a maraschino, but a Luxardo cherry maybe. Hitting some brown sugar as well, so dig the nose. All right, let's see what we got on the palate. I like that, that's good. I say this one reminds me a little bit more of that whole brown sugar, vanilla, caramel playing together really good. Again, this one's sweet. I know my profile tends to like the sweeter stuff, so I'm not surprised a lot of these are going to have at least sweetness on them for the most part. But this one to me has got, it's almost kind of a, like a ice cream vanilla sweetness with some Luxardo cherries on it. And some of that sauce maybe drizzled, some of the juice, Luxardo cherry juice on it. Yeah. One more time. Yeah, that's got a nice mouthfeel. I think this one is better than the last one. So I'll move this one up. All right. Some of these are going to be going off camera, so you just have to trust me here, but I've got these lined up. All right, so glass 6 is kind of right now in with 2 tied in first, glass 2 and 3. Second is glass 4. Third is going to be glass 6. Glass 5 is going to be 4th. What is 5th? I know it's confusing with the 2 that are tied right now, but we'll get to it. We'll figure it all out, but we'll keep the train moving here. Let's go. All right, let's go on to glass 7 and see what we're working with here on the nose. This one seems muted. I don't know if it's, maybe I need to reset the nose here after going through 6 of these. I don't know if that shit works. They say it does, maybe. All right, well shit, maybe it does a little bit. This reminds me of like smelling Rice Krispie. You open a box of Rice Krispies and smell it. It smells like this a little bit. Sweetness, maybe a little bit of grain, but not like in a bad way. Vanilla. Some caramel too in that one. Yeah, a little bit lighter on the nose than some of the other ones here, but pretty good flavors, you know, that I get so far, but a little lighter. So let's see what we got on the palate. I mean, it's sweet. It's pretty good. It's sweet. It's lighter fare, it feels like. And I say lighter, it could be a little thinner. Flavors are a little less impactful than some of the other ones here. So I think this might be the second to last at this point. So let's go ahead and do that. Second to last. I know we got a lot going on here, so I'm gonna continue moving these around so I have enough space for making a judgment on the last one here. But So far, okay. Glass 7, second to last, because glass 1 is still in last. Again, not bad, but that's just where I got them lined up so far. So let's go ahead and move to the last one here. I'll get some water again. All right, final one here. To get to the top 5, right? I'm gonna pick up 5. That'll be the top 5 here out of these 8. So the 8 make it to the final, but I'm gonna go with 5 to move forward for my best mid-year 2026, right? At least from what I've been able to get. Not able to get everything, so this is just what I was able to get. So let's go ahead and go on the nose. This smells good on the nose. Sweet. This is like a concentration of sweetness here a little bit. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty concentrated. I liked it. I like smelling this a lot. It's like caramel, sugar, like caramelized sugar, brown sugar, like all just mixed up into like a vial. And if you were just to shoot that, that's all you'd get. That's what I imagine on the palate from the nose here, which sounds pretty good. I'm excited about that. On the palate. Yeah, that's good. I do like that. Yep, everything I just mentioned moves through the palate. There's caramel. There's that, it's like caramelized sugar, vanilla. I mean, there's some oak, because there's some tannins that kind of hit towards the back of the palate. A little bit of barrel spice as well. There's some fruit, a little fruit sweetness there as well, different than the vanilla. Yeah, I like this a lot. Actually, this is going to make it at least to the middle of the pack, if not further up, maybe. I think this is going to, I'm going to have to go back through these a little bit, but I think this is going to contend with 4 or 5, glass 6. That's kind of sitting in third-ish, since the glass 2 and 3 are kind of neck and neck right now, so we'll have to figure out how that works. But I'm going to put this, I might put it ahead of it, actually. Let me do this. Yeah, I am. I'm actually going to move that ahead. So this one, the last glass 8 here, I was moving it way over here, is actually going to be moving into technically kind of a third spot-ish on the way up here. So that's what I got. That's a lot of shit going on right here, but makes sense to me at least. But anyway, going down all the way right, and I've got the rankings going down. So I'm going to do a little bit of A/B testing, send it back up a little bit with what's left, and come back with a final ranking. So stick around. Thanks. And I'm back. And after going back through these, not much has changed. There's a couple things that changed going back through. But outside of that, most of it stayed the same. So I think the way I wanted to do this when I set this up was, rather than try to pick exactly the order of which the top 5 were, was to eliminate maybe the bottom 3. So that way they give me my top 5 just for 2026 mid-year that I like the most so far. So that's the way I want to run it. So I'll just take and eliminate the 3 at the bottom, and I will show you the 3 that are eliminated, and then I'll show you the 5 that are kind of my top 5. So not necessarily ranked, because the goal was to try to find out which 3 I could eliminate to get to the top 5, right? And those 5 are just really good, in my opinion. So let's look at what stayed consistent here on the bottom half, which is the bottom 3. So for me, number 1 still stayed in last place. Yes, last place. So that's going to be eliminated. Don't know what it is yet, but I'll pull out the bottle, or for this, actually, I'll pull out the metal thing, and we'll find out what that is. The next one is going to be glass 7. So glass 7, that's going to be letter B. That was going to be eliminated as second to last. And where I struggled was on the way from glass 8, 7, 6 to 5. On the way down, I liked 6 a little bit better than 5, but going back, 6 was muted compared to 5. And I think there's a more finish. It is proofy, a little more proofy than that one, which I knew going the other way, but I think going back, it just proved that this one, glass 6, was muted with less going on when it went back the other way. So for that, I kind of moved those two back opposite directions. So now glass number 876 is now going to be eliminated as well too. So those are the bottom 3 out of the 8. That'll give me my top 5. So glass 1, let's go ahead and pull this and see what this is. Oh shit. It's the KC blend, which tells me that is the Knob Creek Blenders Edition. You got to be kidding me. That bottle's fantastic. And it's in last place? Wow. I did not see that coming. So, damn. All right, so Knob Creek Blenders Edition, one I've raved about when I first got it, is fantastic. Back it up all day. I still would. But against these others, it gets eliminated for mid-year 2026 best or top 5, right? At least maybe the top 8. At least maybe the Elite 8. Let's say that, Elite 8. All right, so let's move on to see what this one here. This was second to last. And this did not change either, I don't think. B. And so B, it's not that one. Not that one. B. What? Letter B. Stop. So the Blade and Bow gets eliminated against the others? Maybe, maybe not. All right. Almost wanted to like cowboy swig it, but I'm not going to. But I do like this bottle a lot. Super big fan of Blade and Bow 12-year Solera Reserve. Yeah. Solera Reserve 12-year is really good. Blade and Bow regular, wouldn't buy it. Not me. It's a middle-of-the-road bourbon. There's many others that are better for $50. I'd buy all day. But this, I'd pay $60 all day and get the 12-year Solera all day, every day. Surprised it came in second to last. But I'm not going to argue with it. I'm not going to cowboy swig it. I'll put it over there, and that is second to last and eliminated from the Elite 8. So let's see what the last one is that's being eliminated tonight. Kind of nervous about this shit too. Letter C. God. Letter C. Oh. Shit. So, Eagle Rare 12-year eliminated from the 8 tonight. So, good bottle. Just got this maybe a week or so ago. Never had it before. It came out last year, I believe, but Eagle Rare 12-year. Tried it against the 10. Hands down, I'd take this all day. For a little bit bump in price, 12-year, 95 proof, much better than Eagle Rare 10-year. But tonight, unfortunately, the 95, even the 12-year age statement, just didn't stack up against some of these other ones, I guess, based on what my palate likes. So those are your 3 that have been eliminated tonight. So I'm going to put these out. And let's look at the top 5 for 2026 mid-year for the Bourbon Nut. No particular order. I'm not going to try to rank these and pick which one's the best. These are going to be just the 5 that I like, right? That was too much shit trying to figure out which one's the best, especially with the glass 2 and 3, trying to figure out which one I like the best because they're both close. So I figured it would be easier just to eliminate the 3 at the bottom. So that's why I did it that way. But let's go ahead and move. Oh, well, you know what? I'm just gonna put all this shit back because at this point we're gonna be doing the top 5 anyway. So, All right, so here are the top 5. No particular order, but top 5. Jack Daniel's 10-year. Batch 5, right? First time I've been able to get a hold of an age statement bottle. And what I heard from others too, batch 5 was really good and made a top 5 for 2026 for me, based on what I could get, at least for me. Really good, a lot of good flavors. This one sticks out a little bit to me just because of the banana note, banana nut bread, banana runts. It just kind of goes all over the board with that. And then the heavy caramel, brown sugar, Brown Foreman makes good stuff. That's just what it is. Also, Barrel Bourbon Cigar Blend. Super good. 75 bucks. Cigar blend, man, I tell you what. I know Bourbon Barrel is proud of their stuff, and I don't buy a whole lot of Bourbon Barrel. But when this came out for 75 bucks as a cigar blend, which is really a lot cheaper than others that are usually 100, 150, 200 like Joseph Magnus, I had to get it. And when I blinded it, I was like, holy crap, this shit is good. And it really is. So big fan of that one, and I would love to back this up if I can find it again, which I have not. Also, 32nd Colony. Big fan of 32nd Colony. They do good stuff, right? They win some awards and some of the other stuff like the Rye cast strength and the Rye 95 proofer. Really good stuff, right? Double oak, never gotten it. Heard it's really good. But the Barrel Symphony, I liked a lot, and it obviously made a top 5 tonight. So also next, we got Jefferson's Cast Strength. Now, I know this came out last year, later part of last year, I can't remember exactly, but I was not able to get this bottle until, and I was looking for it, believe me. When I heard initially it was a Stag Killer, Stag Junior Killer, I was trying to look for it. And when I did find it, read some more reviews. By the time I did find it early this year, January, February, somewhere in that ballpark, some were like, maybe not. Now, I did my own blind. I think there's a review. I'll link it up if I did. Against my batch of 24C. I didn't want to open up batch 15 where I have the junior still, batch 15. But I did have 24C, I think, and stacked against that. And it was close, but I think I still gave the edge to 24C. Spoiler alert, but please go watch it still. But anyway, really good. I enjoyed this. I think it's really good. I think for Jefferson's, to me, that's their best offering. Just saying. Best offering. All right. Also, E.H. Taylor Barrel Proof. Now, E.H. Taylor Barrel Proof, never been able to get a hold of one of these to buy my own. I've tried them a couple times, and they're good. They're really good. This is 2025's release, so last year's release. And because I was not able to get it until this year, I bought it. Maybe it's March. It was a lottery. Maybe February, March of this year, I was able to actually buy it, blind it, try and get some others, and out of the 16 or 18 bottles that I have for 2026, this made the top 5. So really good. Buffalo Trace, E.H. Taylor Barrel Proof. But that's all I got, guys. Halfway through the year, technically not, but for me, a little late getting it out. Let me know your thoughts down below. Do you agree with this list? Is there anything that surprises you? Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. Until next time, sip your passion.